I'm pleased to announce, as a result of the Nevadan cooperating and doing so well in the social distancing, wearing masks, that we are on track with our reopening criteria.
And our other big developing story tonight, beginning this weekend, Nevada starts to get back to business. Saturday is opening day for many businesses. Today, the governor triggering phase 1 of the roadmap to recovery. News 3's Tiffany Lane spoke with local business owners looking forward to serving their customers again.
Businesses tell me now that they can open sooner, they're making sure they have all the governor's requirements in place before Saturday.
It's a breath of fresh air for us.
Randy Zinkel and others at Eggworks Egg and I Family Restaurants thrilled tonight that Governor Steve Sisolak is allowing dine-in at Nevada restaurants starting Saturday.
We've already social distanced our tables. We have a check-in system now that's easy for guests when they come on property.
Under the governor's directive, restaurants can have dine-in customers, but at no more than 50% capacity, no bar seating, and reservations should be required, with tables or booths spaced 6 feet apart.
I think by implementing certain standards, people will be more comfortable. If they go into business and they see that the tables have all been moved, and that everybody is diligent in wearing a face mask.
Salons and barbershops can open appointments only, no walk-ins, and clients must be 6 feet apart. Jose Sosa, owner of Love Studios, a well-known barbershop in Las Vegas, says he is ready to serve his 1,900 clients again.
I'm super excited just to get behind the chair and resume business.
Sosa says he's not worried about meeting state requirements.
We run a very small shop. It's 3 chairs. So everything's already 6 feet apart, and we're an appointment-only barbershop. So for us, nothing really is changing besides opening and legally being allowed to open our business.
Retail businesses can also open, but at no more than 50% capacity.
This is going to be a change for some of our businesses that are currently open, the big box stores and grocery stores and department stores that have not been subjected to the 50%.
Governor Sisolak says employees at all of the businesses reopening Saturday must wear face masks.
We have about 500 masks that are about to be delivered to us.
Some believe this is a small price to pay if it means being safe and getting people through the doors again.
We want cautious employees to be working with our guests, and we want our guests to be cautious as well.
Under the governor's directive, county governments can make the rules stricter for businesses that are able to reopen. They just cannot make the rules looser. I'm Tiffany Lane for News 3.
All right, Tiffany, Sosa, and RD are my barbers. I'm so glad to see them back in business. I need a haircut. So what's not opening during phase 1? We're talking about bars that do not serve food. Also, nightclubs are going to have to wait, as will gyms, spas, strip clubs, and brothels. Big sporting events and big venue activities, movie theaters, those aren't open yet either. And a big one, casinos and other gaming establishments. The governor also made it really clear counties can make these rules even tighter if they need to.
Around the world is quickly changing. The real estate market is still seeing some people interested in buying and selling. Obviously, we're keeping a close eye on it, considering everything that we've been through with the housing market. And joining us now with more about how the market has changed and what the future of buying and selling could look like is Chairman and CEO of Caldwell Banker Premier Realty, and that's Bob Hamrick. It's great to have you, Bob.
Nice to be with you virtually, Crystal.
Yes, thank you so much for taking the time. You know, I want to talk a little bit about kind of what you all are doing first and foremost to make sure that your own workers and the people that you interact with very closely are taken care of.
Well, Crystal, real estate was considered by our governor to be an essential business, and so we had the opportunity to keep our offices open. We basically have instead chosen to shut them, and our agents have been amazing at being able to adapt and work remotely and be able to still serve the buying and selling needs of our public and remain safe. Being able to show properties in a safe manner. It has been a tremendous adjustment, but we've been very resilient and done a great job with it.
Well, it's good to know that the people working for you, that they are safe considering everything that's happening, because they are considered essential workers. So let's talk a little bit about what we're seeing. It was kind of interesting that I'm looking here. The week of April 20th, we saw homes sold jump by 45% compared to the week prior. I'm curious to see, you know, what does that say about where we are right now in the market in light of everything that's happening?
Sure. Well, I do think that it says something about the resilience of our marketplace. And it also says that the week before was pretty bad. And so we saw a significant increase from that week before. But one of the things that I think is best about our marketplace is that it's showing to be rather balanced. So the number of sellers that are placing their properties on the market has reduced significantly as well. And we started this year at one of the lowest years ever for available inventory, which is significantly different than how we, from the Great Recession years where inventory was close to 20,000 properties. Now it's close to around 6,000 single family residences.
Okay, so that is a big difference compared to where we were in 2008 and where we are right now, because truth be told, nobody really knows the impact that this pandemic will have on the market. But when you look at factors like that, that does make you realize that there are some differences.
Absolutely. And the amount of inventory that was coming on the market was virtually being absorbed by the marketplace with buyers. So 1 week there were 569 new listings, and there were 560 properties that went under contract. So it does prove that, even in a pandemic, there are people that truly do need to sell and people that do need to buy, and they need to know that there are individuals that are available to assist them in that process and to do it safely.
Yeah. Well, what do we see in terms of, we're looking down the road, maybe, a year from now? I know that's kind of hard to anticipate, or even further, down the road, because you're going to have a lot of people, unfortunately, that, may not have a job, and maybe looking at some very dire circumstances, considering everything that's happening. How do you see that possibly impacting the industry?
Well, it's a very fair question, and there are a lot of people that are trying to analyze that and come up with the answers. And because there's so many moving parts, it's really hard to know. We try to stay as optimistic as possible and help our clients make the smartest decisions. But the reality is the reality, and there's going to be a challenge starting up our hospitality engine again. And the way in which that starts up is going to have an impact, likely, on the marketplace. But I believe the most important part is to continue to keep the facts flowing, because if we're making intelligent decisions, the results will usually be a lot better than based on panic and concerns that may not be founded.